Well guys, I have a confession to make. I've fallen in love with Spam. What's up guys? Thanks for tuning into Hangry. I'm Gensato and today we're making kimchi Spam fried rice. Let's go! Let's go! So, kimchi, of course, homemade is always better. There's probably some of you sitting at home being like, Gen, why are you using store-bought kimchi? To you I say, I don't have time to make regular kimchi. Also, go f yourself. Alright guys, so today we're making fried rice. First thing you want to do, cook your rice the day ahead of time, if not 2 days ahead of time. If you try and use fresh rice, what happens is the rice just ends up having too much moisture in it and it's sticky and it doesn't have the right texture. So first thing I like to do is just take the rice and just break it up with my hands, just to break up any clumps that you have in the rice. It doesn't have to be real specific because we can break it up even more when we're frying up the rice, but just try and loosen up some of the bigger clumps. And of course I have very clean hands. Okay, now we're just gonna cut up our vegetables.
You're going to make sure to prep your components in advance. When you cut up the scallions, separate the scallion whites from the scallion greens because we're using them for two different things. Next, you're going to cut up that nice pink block of Spam. And remember, don't be afraid of the Spam, people. Cut up the kimchi into smaller bite-sized pieces. You're also going to want to blanch off the frozen peas. Dump the peas into boiling water. Stir them for about 30 seconds and then transfer them into an ice bath to stop the cooking process. The peas will turn bright green in color. Drain them off and set them aside. I'm using a wok today, but if you don't have one, that's totally fine. A cast iron pan works great for this. And if you don't have that, you can always use a non-stick, which is also perfectly fine as well. The main thing you need to do is keep the heat high. I like to let the pan sit with nothing in it for a while, just to let the heat build up. We're gonna cook off all the components in stages. So first, we're gonna fry off our eggs. So on high heat with a little bit of neutral oil, like vegetable oil or grapeseed oil, and you wanna make sure you keep the egg moving. And you wanna cut it up into smaller pieces as it's cooking, so break it up. Then you want to brown off the Spam. Make sure you keep it moving so it browns and crisps nice and evenly. When you're done cooking the Spam, make sure you don't waste that nice fat that's in the bottom of the pan. We're going to use that to cook off our vegetables to give them a little more flavor. Start cooking off the onions, carrots, zucchini, and scallion whites in the pan. Once those are cooked through, you can add the ginger and scallion. Cook those until they're nice and fragrant. It's only going to take about a minute or so. Finally, add in the chopped kimchi. Once the kimchi is heated through, remove the vegetables from the pan. Now you can start to fry the rice. I like to let the rice sit from time to time so it can crisp up. As you're cooking the rice though, make sure you break it up while you're cooking it. So use a spatula or something like that and just break up the larger chunks of rice. Once the rice is nice and hot and you've got some good crisp on there and the clumps have been broken up, you can add a bit of soy sauce to flavor the rice. After you mix in the soy sauce, then you can add the vegetables, Spam, and egg back to the pan. Mix everything together thoroughly. Keep the heat up to bring everything back up to temperature, and then add in the blanched green peas. Finish it by seasoning it with some cracked black pepper. Make sure you taste it to see if the flavors are to your liking. Add in some more soy sauce, salt, or pepper if you think it needs it. Garnish the fried rice with scallion greens.
Alright guys, so that's Spam kimchi fried rice. Now it's time to take a bite. So good. You get like meaty little salty bits in there from the Spam. You get the funky, cabbagey, kimchi flavors in there, all the veggies, tons of rice. I love it, it's so good. I'm Gensato saying, don't be afraid of Spam. See you next time on Hangry. Bye!